Welcome to this week 21 and 22 update of Ramsey Hunt Syndrome. In these last 2 weeks, I did a couple challenging things. I'll do a deep dive on tinnitus, some thoughts on trials. I am exercising a little bit more than I was the previous 2 weeks, probably back to where I was in week 17 and 18, running 2 to 3 times a week, lifting weights 2 to 3 times a week. Haven't really been able to go beyond that because I'm tired, so I'm trying to stay within my limits. I am tired. I have a hard time getting up before 8 or 9. I had somebody comment on the channel, really appreciate the comment. They said their doctor said, yeah, the exhaustion is the sensory overload, lots of tinnitus, eyes weird. They said that nerve growth can take a lot of energy. I'm feeling that. It's just a hard condition. I'm not nearly as tired as I was at the beginning, but I'm still a lot more tired than I would be normal. My balance is still a little bit off than it was maybe 4 weeks ago. It's not bad, but when I walk or turn fast, I just feel a little bit more off balance. About the same I was the last 2-week period. It's manageable. I haven't felt a huge setback, but it's noticeable. All right, first big thing. I went to a water park with the family. There was an event we went to, and I went down a couple of tube slides with the kids. I wore goggles to keep the paralyzed eye from drying out. They wouldn't let me wear it down the slides. I was able to do okay. Didn't go under the water. It was a little bit difficult with the airflow, but it was manageable. I also went to a concert, LCD Soundsystem. It was a great show. They're known for being loud. It was outdoor. They got a little bit loud. I used an earplug to keep the protection in the bad ear. But it was fun. I had to stand the whole time. I was able to do that. Didn't wear out. Felt a little bit normal. And speaking of sound, I love music. I am finding, even though I'm deaf as a doornail in this, that if I put my AirPod in here, I do feel a stereo effect. I don't know if it's the vibrations, but the sound sounds richer. And I probably shouldn't do it, but I love the sound of good stereo music, so I do a little bit. Let's talk about hearing. I'm gonna play the sound that is roughly comparable to what I'm hearing all the time. It's around 7,700 hertz. It's high pitched. It's loud. It's constant, 24/7. Now, as you can see, that's a pretty annoying noise. I hear that all the time in this ear. I have a newfound appreciation for those who experience tinnitus. I know a lot of people experience tinnitus, and it sucks. Early in my illness, I read an article about the CEO of Texas Roadhouse, the CEO and founder, who experienced raging tinnitus in both ears from COVID-19. Got it under control. It came back. He ended up committing suicide out of the madness from that sound. Boy, I feel for him. I am not suicidal. I'm not despondent. It is annoying. It is frustrating. If you're experiencing tinnitus, I feel for you. Hang in there. Fortunately, my brain has been able to somewhat tune it out unless I'm specifically thinking about it like I am now. I can hear it more now than I normally would. It's always there in the background, and you just learn to deal with it. Let's do a palsy check. All right, let's raise the eyebrow. Close the eyes. I'm going to try and blink. I swear I was seeing some twitching earlier today on a Zoom meeting. Maybe my eye's tired. Let's flare the nostrils. Puff the cheeks. Whistle. Smile. So still feeling very paralyzed. And I do feel like I am getting a little twitching. I don't feel like I'm seeing it in the video. My eye doctor I went to, he said my upper cornea is looking better. And my only assumption is it's from some twitching of the upper eyelid. I wish the lower eyelid would tighten up and close up a little bit, but it isn't. The other thing I am seeing and hearing from people is my neutral face looks normal. Whereas if you look at some of my earlier videos, there was more of a droop. Probably talked more like this. So I feel like the face is tightening up a little bit. As long as I'm not trying to be expressive, being my stoic self, I look okay. I've always been stoic, so maybe I'm just going to be perma-stoic for the rest of my life. Not much else to update on the health front. I'm going to go see a facial paralysis therapist this next week, so I'm looking forward to see what we can do there. Thinking about what I could share emotionally, spiritually, and I thought about trials, and here's a scripture or thought from Peter. Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Now on that note, Neil Anderson, an apostle in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, said the following about that scripture. These fiery trials are designed to make you stronger, but they have the potential to diminish or even destroy your trust in the Son of God and to weaken your resolve to keep your promises in Him. These trials are often camouflaged, making them difficult to identify. They take root in our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities, our sensitivities, or in those things that matter most to us. A real but manageable test for one can be a fiery trial for another. 4 types of fiery trials. I've experienced all of them. Right now, I feel like this trial is taking root in something that matters a lot to me, which is physical ability and health. I've been an endurance runner, an athlete for most of my life, doing marathons and triathlons. And now I'm happy to do a mile on the treadmill. And genuinely, I'm happy. But I'm far from where I would like to be. Early in my illness, I just almost felt the choice of growth versus despair or destruction. And through that choice to embrace growth in this experience, I've had tremendous insights through this illness. I've had emotional insights. I've had insights on limitations I've experienced, past hurts, things that were holding me back. I feel like I'm growing tremendously on the inside. And it's taking time to internalize and apply the lessons that I'm learning. But this trial has brought growth for me. Now, I know a lot of trials push people to the very edge. They're destructive. They're discouraging. If you have faith in God, it can test your faith. If you don't believe in God, it can just test your belief in whatever. Through trials, we are made stronger. It's just a hard way to grow, but it can give us a lot of growth all at once. So whether you're struggling with Ramsay Hunt Syndrome, another health issue, or something entirely different, I would say do your best to learn from them. Don't lose the faith. These will make us stronger. That's my update. Ask me a question in the comments. Like this video if you've liked it. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next update.